As Africans, we need to take this notion out of our minds that opportunities are outside. Africa is the continent. Africa is the place to be.
You people are going out there, gaining exposure, coming back with this mindset of saying, you know what, even though things are hard, there is an opportunity there.
I think going out can be either way.
Yeah.
You can either get opportunities or you're actually wasting time. I've left people in Zimbabwe who are doing far better than me. People that have never left Zimbabwe, actually, they've progressed far better than me. And then there's somebody also, maybe I'm better than them for having gone out of Zimbabwe, for the few opportunities that I got. Who knows? So it's individual. We cannot have a blanket scenario for everybody. It's just what you're pursuing. Where can you best get that?
So how hard is it to build a house whilst you are in the UK?
Now that is hard. Now that is hard.
Tell me about it.
Carrying out such a project from afar comes with a lot of risk, a lot of issues to do with trust, quality. It can be compromised. Timelines, people don't meet your deadlines. You are wanting things to be done by a certain time, and just because you're not on the ground, there's a tendency.
Yes.
There's a, I can't say tendency. I think there's a, people just take it that we'll do it.
Yes.
I think service delivery in Zimbabwe could improve. Yeah, the way we deliver service in Zimbabwe must improve.
It's terrible.
In some cases, it's not so good. It's not so good. But also equally, you can find that abroad. You can find that abroad. You can have areas where service delivery is also quite poor. This is our retirement plan. Yes. This is where we are going to come and enjoy all the long years in the UK. I've never gone to any country where you don't meet Zimbabweans and that are making it. So Zimbabweans, we are very resilient. We've lived in this country for so long. We've gone through different economic scenarios and we come out on top. In fact, this building, there are three clusters. Yeah.
Are you going to rent them out?
Yes.
Which house plan did you use? Is it the popular open plan?
Open plan, of course.
Why is it that people...
The in thing. You have to be contemporary. You have to move with the times. Open plan, I think less walls. Family can interact. While the mother is cooking, she can watch her kids or have a conversation with the husband.
So which means that this is business for you?
Yes. Real estate business. We moved from transport, now we're in the real estate space. No, I think real estate is the way to go.
You're ready for the challenges?
Yes, 110%. I wish I had known earlier. Well, nowadays, what's also trending is the floor-to-ceiling windows. They will allow enough light, enough air to enter the room.
There's going to be a window here.
Yeah, just a nice window.
A big one.
A big window. But if you look at the house across in the next land, look at the small windows.
Yeah, they're very
small. Now this 2024, the windows are getting bigger.
It seems like you've done your homework when you wanted to build this.
Yes, we've done our homework. We also watch your channel with all these new houses, beautiful houses that you feature. So, and there's a lot of, as we travel, we also see what's out there.
It's 2 bedrooms.
3 bedrooms.
3 bedrooms.
Yeah, I'm always in the UK.
You're always there?
Yeah, I went to the UK years ago when it was Great Britain, actually, not this current UK that you have. Yes, I think in 91, that's when I first...
91?
Yes. And then I came back to Zimbabwe. I'm Zimbabwean at heart. I love Zimbabwe so much. Did my tertiary, did my university in England, spent some time in England, a long time, then came back to Zimbabwe, spent some time in Zimbabwe, invested in Zimbabwe, ran big businesses in Zimbabwe, then went back again.
So you have businesses in Zimbabwe?
Chugubu buses. I messaged Chugubu, the Chugubu buses.
Now it's starting to make sense.
What do you mean?
Really?
Yes, really.
How is it?
It's okay. It was good. But
Because people...
That's a story for another day.
That's a story for another day.
So we can't talk about investing back in Zim because I think we've already made the investments.
Really?
Yeah, well, I think so. I think we're only... When you look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs,
yes,
there's self-actualization right at the top. So that's where you're finding... I'm bringing everything together to make sense so we can retire.
So it seems like when you're done, you're going to come back full-time.
Next year, 2025.
People say that UK is the land of milk and honey, land of opportunities. Do you think it's that?
Do you know what, Kelvin? To be honest, I think going abroad, not just UK, you can go to Europe, you can go to Australia, you can go to America. Mm-hmm. Other people have now ventured into Asia, people going to China. Mm-hmm. There are opportunities. There are opportunities worldwide. So you can you can tap into those opportunities wherever you go. In Zimbabwe, there are plenty of opportunities. So they are everywhere. It's just your mindset. It's your mindset. It's what you're willing to do.
From
how far you're willing to push yourself. What are your dreams? What are your ambitions?
Wow.
Yes. Your dreams, you can carry them anywhere.
Yes.
And you can still accomplish them. So I refuse to be defined by borders.
Yes.
To say because I'm in Zimbabwe I can't get this, or now I'm in UK I can't get this.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. And I remember one time I was in here the Word Church, and Pastor Tom Dishell, he said if you're a crocodile in Zimbabwe you can be a crocodile anywhere in the world. And if you're a lizard in Zimbabwe you can go to UK, you can go to America, and you can still be a lizard. With opportunities surrounding you.
Yeah.
So right here in Zimbabwe, there are people that are doing well and they've never left Zimbabwe.
So you can actually travel outside there and waste time?
I believe so. A lot. If you're not careful, you can be out there and waste time. I think, Kelvin, relationships will either take you far. So you can have opportunity, but you also need relationships to work those opportunities.
Wonderful.
So your networks have to make it work for you. So if you have an opportunity and you don't know how to unlock that opportunity, what's the point?
Yeah, I've heard a story of someone who was in the UK, was there, and the person was sending money back home. And the mom was actually saying, we are building a house. And
taking pictures from next door.
Yes.
I think it's a common story that people speak about all the time. But I also want to believe that today, in the world of today, if one is serious about undertaking a project, you're going to do your due diligence.
Yes.
You're going to come on the ground. You're going to engage people that you have a level of trust in them. I am not saying that people don't, go around and do dubious things and they don't do what they're supposed to do. People are not to be trusted, obviously.
Exactly.
And family members have been known.
Yeah.
Family members are known to also be some culprits.
Why is it so? I mean, they are your relatives, your family. Why would they take advantage of you?
That's very sad. I hear stories like that, but fortunately for me, my family is my number one supporter. I can't do anything without my siblings. And shout out to Brian's. Brian's, they're the best people ever. So, but I'm not saying that doesn't happen. That happens a lot. And I think as families, let's learn to have a love for one another. I think as Africans, we have that, Tirivanu.
Yes, Ubuntu.
Ubuntu.
But we're losing it.
I think we lose it because we want to adopt cultures that are not ours.
Wow. You see right there, we talk about that all the time.
We are adopting cultures, we're adopting values that don't belong to us. And it's because we go out and bring these things back. But otherwise, I think Zimbabweans as a whole, we're a good people. Africans.
Yes.
Africans as a whole. I want to believe in the goodness of humanity at large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's talk about culture. It seems like Africans, the only thing that we are really good at is adapting cultures that are not good for our environment.
But you know what it is? It's, I think we always want to believe that anything foreign is better.
Yeah.
Anything foreign is better. It's our mindset. We need to change. Maybe it comes from colonization. I don't know.
It's really sad where we are going. It's really sad.
No, you are going to change the narrative, right? This is why you're having this interview.
Yes, I pray.
You're trying to educate people
Yes.
that let's remain African, let's love Africa, let's invest in Africa, let's put Africa out there on the map.
Another problem that I've seen, I mean, we are responsible for it. There is that we want instant gratification.
I think it's your generation. My generation, no. We understand that to nurture, to grow something, it takes time. You can't build a house when you can't run before you learn how to sit, crawl. You know, there are steps, there are processes to life, even as a human being. So I think if your generation learned to just tone it down a bit,
yes.
I think it's I can't say tech is bad. I think it's the technology that is coming. Things happen quick. There's Instagram. People want to live fake lives because you're seeing it on the net. Unfortunate.
What's your message to young people?
To the youth?
Yeah.
I think the youth, I want to say to the youth, get yourself a mentor. Somebody who's much older. The boring, those people that you look down on.
Yes.
They carry a lot of wisdom. They carry a lot of knowledge. They've got experience. Wow. They've lived life. They've done it. So listen to those.
That's amazing.
Get a mentor and focus on what it is that you want to achieve. And you don't only get one mentor. You have different mentors for different. Your spiritual mentor.
Yes.
You have your career mentor. Like for you, I'm hoping you've got a mentor in this industry.
I do. I learned that recently. I went to Bulawayo. I went there to meet someone who was coming from South Africa. I went there just to meet him. What I learned from him, I recognized the importance of someone who is up there in terms of how we're supposed to think.
Experience.
Yes,
they've lived it life. They've done it, so you don't have to make the similar mistakes.
Yes.
I can tell you, you want to build from abroad, wherever you are.
Yes.
This is what I experienced, so you try and not do that. But unless you want to learn the hard way and lose money the same way I've lost money. But there's no point if there's somebody who can direct you.
Young generation, if you tell them, look, let's start a business together, but returns are starting to come probably 5 years from now. They'll say, no, we can't do that.
They don't have time to invest. But how do you grow a seed and expect to harvest so soon? You need to nurture it. You need to water it. You need to put more effort in it, right?
Yes.
Fertilizer, manure, tilt it. It goes through the seasons. And then you'll harvest a bumper harvest at the end of it all.
It barely happens. Someone who stays in the diaspora coming here, monitoring the project. And when I arrived, you were busy coordinating.
Yeah.
So what are the challenges that you have faced as someone who is here on the ground?
I think the challenges I'm finding on the ground is time. And also, I'm learning to be patient. I want things done like yesterday because I'm not here for long.
Yes.
I'm returning back,
yes, obviously.
So I want to achieve the certain goals I mapped up for myself before I go back. So I'm pushing. So I'm also learning that you can only push so much and they can only do so much. So I then become impatient. But definitely time. And also the cost. I think the cost of building materials keeps fluctuating. We had a new introduction of the Zig currents, and so it's crazy. So those variations all the time also just upsets me. But no, I'm generally pleased. And I come to Zimbabwe a lot. I've been to Zimbabwe 3 times this year already.
Yo!
Yeah. So I'm always in Zim, and I hope to come back soon to monitor again. So. And also, I think the other point I have for all the people abroad that want to come back to Zim, maintain your contacts on the ground. Maintain your friends.
Yes.
It's important to keep in touch with family.
Yes.
There are people that go away, and when they're trying to come back, so many years ago. So you want to try and maintain your family relations. You want to maintain your friends. You want to maintain whatever it is. However you want to enter back into Zimbabwe, keep your lines open, as it were. Keep your people there for you. Don't be a stranger into your own home.
So when you started talking about that, a Shona proverb came into my mind that says "Chawana ijiganeha." But then
exactly, there's a saying, a greater meaning behind that. Of course,
but,
of course.
But at the end of the day, is it not the same Shona proverb? Is it not developing dependence syndrome? People here, they seem to like depend on you guys like a lot.
Yes and no. Empower your people. Remember where you come from.
Yes.
When you are abroad, you also have to remember the people you left, right? And equally, we also depend on the people we've left behind.
Yes.
So when I'm abroad, I'm relying on my family that's here to do things on my behalf when I'm not here. So it's a give and take situation. And then there's another proverb. You feed a man a fish, you feed him for a day.
Yes.
Teach him how to fish, and you are feeding him what? For life. So that is what I encourage people to do within families. So it's not about just sending money, one Western Union, you collect it today, it's gone. But at least if I'm paying your school fees,
Yes.
then at least I'm building a better future for you, and then you'll be able to look after a few other people. Okay. But also remember, in our African culture, we have that it takes a whole community to raise a village. So to be who I am, I have also a community behind me.
You see?
I have a community.
That's what we are losing right now in Africa. We talked about it. In Africa right now, we're losing it.
We can't lose it.
It takes the whole community to raise a child.
Yeah.
But these days, I don't think so. I mean, maybe
it's the relationships you have. It's the relationships you are keeping. You can only reap what you sow. So what seed are you sowing?
You're right.
You reap what you sow. What seed are you sowing?
You have a point.
So for you to build a strong, cohesive community behind you, you have to sow the seed. You have to do the work.
So people talk about when it comes to building a house, maybe if there is 3, 4 of you, you don't have to build a big house. People always complain, people always talk. What's your opinion on that?
If there's building big houses.
Yes, because I made a lot of videos and I visited big houses. And people always say, why are they building a big house like that?
Like I said earlier at the beginning of the interview, it's your dreams. Maybe this is my dream house. How do you know? And then I'm accomplishing my dream. I'm fulfilling my vision that I've always wanted for me. And then you can always downsize.
Yes.
And then if you can do it and the energy is still there, I encourage people to do what they need to do. Live your life to the limit.
Wow.
Fulfill your dreams. And no one should tell you how far you dream, Kelvin. Nobody should be able to limit your ambition. Wow. There's no way. Why? Why do you allow them to do that?
Thank you. It means a lot.